Hello dear friends, I am Mansoor Khan. Our today's point is communication and sense. Sense in communication. What is the importance of sense? As we know that unfortunately we all run after grammar. We run after rules and regulation. But we are very least concerned about the role of sense. Most of the people, it is the belief of the people that the rules of grammar makes the primary place whenever it is about communication English, whenever it is about speaking skill. But this is not true. Sense algorithm is something. When the sense is channelized, when the sense algorithm is channelized, it automatically helps you to reflect yourself whenever you are in a tight corner. It makes you to able to reflect yourself in that situation. Let me ask you a simple question. Suppose you are in an SOS situation, you are in an emergency situation, and you are asking for the help. What you are going to do? And suppose the other party, they are not knowing your language. How you are going to communicate your idea at that time, at that point? Of course, you are going to, use some sign to indicate for the help. So same is the case with the sense. Sense plus healthy vocabulary. Sense plus healthy vocabulary. This is the fine blend. This is the fine merge ever, which gives perfect shape and form to your idea. And it makes you able to communicate your ideas. If you are, if you channelize your sense, if it is streamlined, if it is unwavering, if it is at a focal point, or I would like to say, if your sense is refined, it is definitely going to help you to whenever you are going to express yourself. But unfortunately, we are being intimidated by the traditional belief that if there is no grammar, it is impossible to speak. It is impossible to reflect yourself before the audience. But this is not necessary. Having the repository of words, this is also important criteria. The first and foremost criteria, according to me, the repository of words in your mind. Without these words, if there is scarcity, if there is dearth of these words, you are not going to be able to express yourself. What your third form, what your participle is going to do there? Nothing. If you are not having word in your mind, if you are not having the sense connected to that word, it means you are not going to express yourself. It's true that your participle, your third form, your first form, your S, ES, third person singular, it's not going to work. The sense and the vocabulary, this gives you 70% support to express yourself when you are in a tight corner, when you are in a tight situation. So in communication, the repository of words is very much essential. When you store words in your subconscious mind and there is some sense attached with these words, it emerges in the refined form from your mind. Let me tell you one thing, why people, they observe a lot of procrastination in their life. No, I will start this tomorrow. No, I will start this tomorrow. It is only because of the certain set of beliefs in their mind that this is the criteria for speaking, that this is the criteria for communication. But we are not having that criteria, but we are not knowing that. And they starts procrastinating because they make this something very big, that we are not going to understand this, that we are not capable. And when we say that we are not capable, the mind retrieves accordingly. The chemistry works accordingly. Your chemistry starts thinking in a negative way. Though sense gardening is one of the important thing. It works like a sign language. It works like a sign language. And when you gardening it, and when you refine it, and with the passage of time, it gives you confidence for any extempore communication with anyone. This sense gardening kills the old belief, kills the old myth that only grammar, only grammar, only grammar. Suppose you are having the command, you are having good command at rules, you are having good command at grammar, you are having good command at tenses, but you are not having that much vocabulary with you. What you are going to do in that situation? And the second thing is how you are going to make your communication to be very effective. It is the choice of words which is going to differentiate you. I would like to suggest one thing, that this is very much important for students to memorize short stories by Hooker Group, to memorize short stories. This memorizing the short stories helps in the sense algorithm. This makes a sort of algorithm in mind. The learning of short stories, memorizing of short stories. This memorizing is not only memorizing, but this is actually, this is actually a sort of making such an environment which helps you in the future course. This memorizing gives you the concept. This memorizing of short stories gives you an estimate, gives you an idea how to use that very much sense in your coming future when you are dealing with anything. It may be communication, it may be writing your paper. This is definitely going to help. That short story is not going to help, but the sense that you retain, from that very paragraph, from that very short story, that sense helps you in so many ways. Because you learn to formulate another idea from that sense. So if you are storing the senses, different senses means the different stories, the different plots. If you are access to that, if you are having some senses in your mind, you are having some command, that sense formation make its own algorithm in your mind. That story is not going to help you, but the sense which you perceived and procured, that is going to help you in future. So sense equilibrium, channelizing the sense equilibrium is very much important in communication skill. Why there is full stop? Why there is long pause? It is because sometimes we are not very much trained with that aspect of sense, and there is dearth of vocabulary. Vocabulary is most important. Vocabulary is most important. The word gives you hint what you are going to say next. Yes, definitely. If you are having the repository of words in your mind, these words embedded with the sense gives you an idea that what you are going to say next. And this is not going to break your speech. This is going to, make your confidence. Otherwise, you are going to feel very reluctant if you are not having vocabulary in your mind. Vocabulary is very much important. 2, 3 words. If in a day you cover 2 or 3 words, then multiply with 30. This is going to be, very big achievement. But how actually, why our speech? Why we get impaired in speech, in communication? It is because when there is scarcity of good vocabulary, there comes a big pause. But if your vocabulary is good, if your vocabulary is giving you sign that you are using very much good, you are using very good, good choice of words, this automatically gives you confidence. And when this gives confidence, your mind again, boosts. It boosts your mind. So, first of all, there must be gardening of, this, what I say, sense algorithm. And we should break the traditional beliefs, the traditional myths, because these myths, these beliefs creates obstruction and impediment in our mind. The mind is a very complex process. Yes, definitely. If you are going to show obstruction to the mind, it is definitely not going to work. Your own self is trying to intimidate you. How you are going to stay before audience? For any speech, for any longer communication, it is not necessary that you have to memorize the whole speech. No. You should be having command at few words, 20 to 30 words. And you are supposed to make a sort of algorithm in your mind how to use that particular word, because the word gives you sense. It gives you sense how to perform. It gives you sense how to defend yourself. This repository of words, when this is in your subconscious mind, the subconscious mind throw it to you when you are speaking. Take this word. This is important. You can use this word. Subconscious mind. Another word. Use this word. Because the subconscious mind is throwing these words, because the subconscious mind is knowing the sense. The sense and the relevant word. Which word is relevant with this sense? The subconscious mind gives you that word for your speech. And you are, unwavering speech without any break, without any pause. But if there is no word in your subconscious mind, if there is no store of words in your mind, you are going to be crippled at that very time. You are going to feel paralyzed. Yes, definitely, the greater pause will appear there. So what I understand, sense is very important. To work on the sense is very important in communication. First of all, you should be having the grab with the sense and the vocabulary. This blend is one of the beautiful blend. This blend is going to save you at many places. You are not supposed to be memorize a long speech, just sense and the set of words and your little toiling. But with the passage of time, you will be able to understand how to adjust this sense and how to adjust these words to make a beautiful answer, to make a beautiful speech. Otherwise, without this, communication is improbable. Yes, definitely. Thank you.